after not posting any video for one whole quarter. In the beginning of the year, where almost everyone is filled with hope and New Year resolutions, full of drive for things to be accomplished, I began with the end in mind instead. I went into retirement mode. The last few months before my grandma passed away, she was bedridden. If I was in her shoe, I wouldn't be so bored. I would game all days and watch drama all day. She can't even go to the toilet herself and needed my uncle to change her diaper. It makes me think that living too long can be a rather sad irony, especially if your health is failing you before your life is over. So, back to the retirement part. What was I doing? I used to tell people that I'm a game addict, and to stop myself from indulging further, I stopped buying a gaming console since PS2. But I still play computer games. I even tried out Diablo 4 beta and was already thinking which version I should get. But maybe I really shouldn't. This 3 months has been filled with games, Web3 shopping and investing, Korean dramas, Hong Kong dramas. Come to think of it, I haven't even started an English drama or anime this year. And the scary thing is that I like it a lot and could have continued enjoying my life. Holiday. I even told my brother that now he becomes a big brother, being responsible and taking care of his family, while I'm jobless and could be gaming all day. And here are 7 reasons and inspiration why I took a back seat in my life. Number 1, The Fisherman and Businessman Story by Paulo Coelho. Check the links below for full story. I'll just summarize for you. Is that the businessman meet a fisherman somewhere. I think it was in Mexico. So basically, the fisherman was enjoying his life, catching fishes in the morning and spending time with his family and friends for the rest of the day. So the businessman was suggesting things to him where he could improve his life by expanding the fishing business. With his suggestion, the fisherman would reply, "And after that?" So the suggestion grew from catching more fishes to getting bigger boats to catch more fishes, and then buying more boats and hiring more people, and eventually setting up a company, a factory, a regional HQ, and become very rich. And then after that, then he can retire, catch a few fishes in the morning, spending time with his family and friends for the rest of the day. So the fisherman was puzzled and asked, "Isn't that what I'm doing now?" Moral of the story, are we blindly chasing what we want in life? As the popular saying goes, at the end of the game, the king and the pawns go back into the same box. So the question is, do we spend our everyday doing what we want and ultimately heading towards the life that we want? And his famous quote, the author, is that you have to do what you want to be what you want. So here I am trying out retirement. Number 2, Alexander the Great last 3 wishes. Upon his death, he wished that his physician to carry his coffin to show the world that they are helpless against death. For death comes to us all, maybe until when human can reverse aging and cure every illnesses. Number 2 was displaying his wealth along the path to show that no matter how much wealth we have, we can't take it with us. Wealth have no meaning or value to us when we are dead. Third was displaying his hands out of the coffin. In short, all men must die and we will die poor. We came empty-handed and we will go empty-handed. With all our wealth passed down as inheritance either to the next of kin or to some financial institution. Number 3, Squid Game. That was the drama for me last year. A very thought-provoking lesson in this scene was that life is no fun being too rich or too poor. That is also most likely why the wealthy people will overspend on things that they don't need to. What they value more is their time and the meaning in their life. Problems that can be solved by money are not problems. Somehow it also became more fun for me to try winning things than just straight out buying them. For me, money is just a tool, a means to an end, and that money doesn't make us happy. It is what we do with the money that will make us happy. In fact, I believe money is a force multiplier. The more we have or the lack of it will show our true colors even more. A greedy person will become even more greedy when he has more. And likewise, same thing will happen when he has lesser than his comfort zone. Number 4, still related to the previous one, problems with wealth. Money can be problematic. If we get too wealthy, we might get kidnapped, murdered, or chopper crash. Or anything that we do can be judged upon unfairly. Just like how people would criticize Mr. Beast for not donating enough. And the popular Chinese saying that generational wealth don't last past 3 generations. The future generation will eventually squander away the wealth. Or just like the popular online story that a man's grandfather walks 10 miles to work, his father walked 5 miles. He drives a Cadillac, his son will drive a Mercedes, his grandson will drive a Ferrari, and then his great-grandson will be walking again. Number 5, money and happiness. Money can definitely buy us happiness, but it doesn't take a lot for us to be happy. For me, as long as I have enough for the next 10 years, I consider myself as having financial freedom to do what I want in life. After all, we never know how long we can live. A number of my relatives and friends didn't even live past their 60. Last year, I had a superior who passed away from colon cancer. And from the discovery of the illness to his passing, it took less than a year. I consider myself as fortunate having outlived some of the boys that I met personally. So I always cherish my everyday. Number 6, starting from the back. So I have been slacking for 3 months. Well, maybe that habit goes back to my schooling days, where, especially for programming projects, magically the most work done is on the previous night when I have to submit the project next morning. I'll be powering through the night and completing it beautifully. Somehow my mind just worked extremely well under that situation, and the project will not look like it was a rush through project, as it will have a very well thought out flow. Well, that's the power of deadline and maybe the guiltiness of wasting the previous days for not taking enough actions. And just like the scene in Ready Player One, there's a lot of momentum to begin starting from the back, but in life there's no driving backwards or cheat code to win the race. I also remember my senior telling me that I shouldn't run too fast at the beginning, because it becomes an expectation to be good and people around you will have higher expectations of you. Well, at that time I was already ahead, so nothing much I can do, but I understood what he meant. So I start slow and play catch up at my own pace. Maybe I'm already ahead of someone whose New Year resolution is to start creating videos online. And talking about racing, number 7, life is an infinite race. There will always be people in front of us and behind us. Take over if we have the capability and help others along the way.
On your left. On your left.
On my left. God.
It's not about winning, but the ability to continue racing. And I get to decide when I'm done racing. I mean working. And I'm a hard worker who will most likely work to the end. So see you around.